What about Liverpool? Because I know you're a massive supporter of them, mate.
Yeah.
Cundy's been giving them stick all season.
I was going to call in a couple times. He's lucky.
Yeah,
he's lucky.
Yeah.
He's lucky.
Because he's called him a bit meh.
Yeah, I know.
Called him a bit boring.
Yeah.
But I said, but then he would say they've been efficient.
Yeah.
And they have been efficient. But when it comes to the big games this season, they let themselves down, really, didn't they, against PSG
Do you know
and
the thing
Newcastle?
is, I always say this, right? And you can't help human nature in regards to when you're in something, you kind of get excited. It's just human nature, right? Yeah. And there would have been nobody at the beginning of the season with all the changes that's happened. I'm talking about manager-wise, which is the biggest change that could have happened to Liverpool, that Liverpool would have been going for everything, because that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
And then in a week, and I'm not saying all their good work gets undone, but you can have a bad week.
Yeah,
and in the whole season, they had a bad week.
And it kind of felt like it was leading up to that bad week, didn't it?
But and the thing is like this, and you ball at the highest level, and you keep trying to churn out results, and then one thing happens, and then another thing happens. Look, at the end of the day, if Liverpool win the Premier League, and it's an if, and hopefully, it's been a successful, because that is the pinnacle, the pinnacle for them. And then, like I said, you get excited because they're playing so well. See, like they can go win the Champions League. They're playing so well. They got to a final, and then all of a sudden, it's just like Liverpool ran out of legs in the final. They run out of legs.
Newcastle were brilliant.
You know, the maddest thing is, look, of course, I didn't want Liverpool to lose, and I guess if they was going to lose to a team with all what kind of came with Newcastle, and it wasn't even that, they actually deserved to win the game. I think at the end of the day, when you watch a game and you're like, look, Newcastle from beginning to end deserve to win the game, and you can only take your hats off to them. So but yeah, man, listen, I know, hey, Cundy's
been coming after Liverpool all season,
Cundy's Chelsea
mate.
Though, so it's Chelsea.
Do you think though, right, Addy? I've had this debate with Cundy, and I tend to agree with him. Liverpool are going to win the league, and they've been the best team, and have, and it's not taking any of the shine off Liverpool at all. Do you think from when the era that we played in, right, or the players that were playing in the Premier League at that time, to what we've got now, do you think that the elite level footballers aren't what they used to be? So it's made the Premier League more competitive, but it's also made it not as good. Yeah, listen, I always think nostalgia is the most powerful thing. Yeah. So in our era, we'll go back to them. And then for me, there was so much more, I think, as in the quality of players. Yeah. And I think squads needed that. And I think one big thing is, I think there was a lot more individuality in regards to clubs. I think now, modern day football, everybody's followed suit. Yeah. So they've seen it being successful. Pep's come in. I know they blame Pep, but Patrice Evra coming out today saying he's killed football's fan. He's just made everyone robots. And I think it's a bit hard.
So do I. I'm like, look, again, Pep's found something which was successful, and then what everybody else did, they followed suit. So then Pep started playing that from the back, then everybody played that from the back, whereas you knew when we grew up, we knew our limitations, and you had to find a way to win. I think, you know, the Boltons, they found a way to win. The Stokes, they found a way to win. Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool had their own unique styles to their players, whereas now I feel it's everybody's trying to be the best at one style. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
and
absolutely agree.
you can, but then you're always generally going to fall short because the teams with the most money will have the better quality players.
That's a really good point.
So that's the point where, and I do, you know, you look at, you can go through the names. I think there was like, we say 4 world-class players, but 4 top players in every team, side, you know, and top side. So, and I do think that now, because the way is more game orientated, you don't really need the individuals. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas back in the day, you just saw an individual was going to win the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. I do agree with that. And let just go do his bits and bobs. You know, so that's what I think with modern day football now. I think it's a little bit more the samey. Like everybody's trying to do the same thing.
So you agree with Cundy then?
Slightly. There's a long way around. I just didn't want to say I agree.
Oh dear. Look, obviously we'll take calls on England tonight. We'll build up to that one a little bit later on in the show. Thomas Tuchel coming out saying we ain't got an identity and all that. Me and Bayo had a chat as just before he was coming on there, and I'll get into that with him. I thought it was a bit harsh on Gareth Southgate, but we've got some calls on a cult hero 11. And it's a good one because it's a bit of nostalgia. We all love a bit of nostalgia. Let's start with Jason, who's a Man United fan. All right, Jace?
How's it going, brother? You good?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah. JJ Okocha has to be in there. I heard you mention him a minute ago, but you knew every time he played he was going to do something absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
He was probably one of the peak ones that. Yeah. You're talking about a cult hero.
Yeah.
He's up there, isn't he?
Yeah, man.
He was the manager. Was it Sam Allardyce of?
Sam Allardyce. Yeah.
Because people say that if you put a load of individuals together, they can't play as a team. But there was that guy from Real Madrid at the defender, that Frenchman at the back as well.
Yeah, Campos. Was it Campos?
Campo, yeah.
And there's that other one as well.
No, it's a great shout, and actually we're just where we've been talking about, individual players back in the day who do something out there, put a good side together, and then you have that one piece who can go and win you a game. JJ Okocha was definitely that. Yeah. He was definitely
Eric Cantona was another one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he's a cult hero, but he was a bit more of a he was a bit more of a legend.
He's a legend.
We don't want the legends, we want like the ones who the cult heroes.
The radar kind of thing.
Yeah. JJ Okocha won. He played on the left, right? So we've got to do.
We've got to do 11. So
we've got to do an 11. He played on the left.
I like Jason. How you came out strong. You came out strong. Yeah, JJ, I'm so good they named him twice. Yeah, I know that. You know them ones. Yeah.
All right, Jace, you're a star, mate. Good start. Let's go to Tom, who's a Crystal Palace fan. All right, Tom.
Evening, chaps. How are we?
Hey, what's going on, T? You good?
How are you?
Yeah, all good, boys. Little bit of a rough one maybe, but obviously coming from a Palace fan, Yannick Bolasie.
You know what?
He was a baller.
He was.
I know you like that.
You see, if you saw my face at the time, I was like, you really know what you're talking about.
You used to just do things with a ball that were just unnecessary, but it was just pure entertainment. You know what I mean?
You know what's the beautiful thing about that? And we spoke about this in regards to, and I don't like to use the word rebels, but they play how they see the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, certain things he was doing was disrespectful. If I was a defender, I'd have lifted him up a couple times. Yeah. To be fair, I wouldn't be able to catch him. But anyway, it's another story. But exactly that. He played what he did, skills, he entertained, maybe sometimes not the end product and that.
We had him on one wing and then Wilf on the other side.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, he had a great side.
Defenders were trying to double up on both, and it was just like a madness.
Yeah, that's scary.
No, mate, you're saying it's a rogue one. That's a great shout.
Yeah, for me, I'm loving that.
He weren't like an Okocha. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't like season after season, loads of goals, but he was just like fresh from the street, like that kind of vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bolasie is well worthy of a shout of being in the team.
Cult hero, I'm on that.
Yeah, right winger.
Right, yeah. So we got left and right.
We got left and right already. JJ Okocha, Yannick Bolasie. We need 11 players. Now you're gonna have to come up with some fullbacks and defenders, guys. So you're gonna have to help us out here because we need some cult hero fullbacks. We
need balance.
We need balance in the team here. We're trying to win the league with some. This is gonna be a Bolton back in the day. This team is gonna be. We're gonna have Akinfenwa up top. Just play off him.
Yeah, I can have
that. Feed the big man.
We need a lot of pace then. We need a lot of pace.
We need legs round him. Lots of legs.
Lots and lots of legs.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.